It's Bad Habit with Jack and Sam.
Yeah, I'm looking at the camera, Roger. I noticed there's 3 people in there. So I knew that Jack
one
and
of
Sam
them.
were
Brian
coming.
doesn't want me to mention his name.
Oh, Brian is there.
Yeah,
Brian is there. Proud dad. Is that right?
Don't say nothing. Yeah, don't say nothing to Brian. That's right.
So Jack Bennett is 21. Sam Bennett is 18. And it is Roger, you're right. The band's name is Bad Habit. We don't normally see bands that are this young that play classic rock.
No, it just means that their parents have raised them up right to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, say their prayers before they go into bed, give thanks for getting up the next day, and learn some classic rock and music.
That's right.
Good morning, guys. How are you guys today?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Doing well.
That's 18-year-old voices right there, man. Can you hear that? That's deep singing and morning voice. I think is what it is.
Oh yeah.
So Jack's 21, Sam's 18, and first of all, how in the heck are you guys playing classic rock at your age? How did that happen?
It's just something that we've always been with ever since we were little kids. Like y'all mentioned, our parents did us the great service of raising us right with this music. And I think along with a resurgence that we're starting to see in pop culture these days, classic rock is starting to make a comeback, especially in movies, video games. And
especially in movies and video. I don't know about video games, but, one of the things that, Adam Sandler is notorious. All of his movies, he's got 80s rocking in that. Is that where you hear some of it as well from, when you're talking about that? Are you Adam Sandler fans? Is that where you're hearing some of that stuff, some of the movies?
Grown-up soundtrack is fantastic.
Yeah, right on. And that's where you pick up some of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, your pop or your mom and them have got an 8-track, and you go, what the hell is this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
So you guys have been playing for 5 years, and the reason you're here today is you guys got a gig at Jimmy Dole. Jimmy Dole's and for that, I thought that was sort of country only. Do they do rock and roll too there?
They do. We played there back in December, and it was a great gig. We were a little bit reluctant to do it, with it being such an iconic country
and because
joint.
You're not old enough to get in there without your pop.
That is correct. That is correct.
What are you kids doing? We're in a band, so let that be a lesson to you. No, exactly. Let that be a lesson to you. You want to get into a bar early, kids? Get a band.
Get a band going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So now,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we went in there and played our Aerosmith and Eagles and whatnot, and had a great time. The audience enjoyed it, and they're having us back, and we're thankful for that.
Way to go.
Now, what time is it Friday you're going to be playing?
Doors open at 7 o'clock, and we will take the stage around 9 o'clock.
How much does it cost to hear you guys play?
$10.
That's a heck of a deal.
That's a great deal, because they're not going to spend it on booze.
Now, I think you may have done this. So I apparently emceed I forget what the name of it at Pulaski Academy. It was the talent competition. What was that thing called? And one of you guys played in that. Is that right? Is that what your dad had told me?
Oh, yeah. Bruins on Broadway is what they call it. That was kind of our first gig, if you will, not as Bad Habit, but certainly as the Bennett brothers, and we got a lot of experience playing live from Bruins on Broadway. So yeah.
Yeah, Roger, did you ever see that thing? I did it 1 or 2 years.
No,
I was
sir.
thinking
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Did I do it? Wait a minute. Brian told me I did. Did I really? I've been clean and sober by the grace of God 14 years. I don't remember.
Roger,
was it at Pulaski?
Yeah, Pulaski Academy.
I swear.
McMarion, was it not you?
Well, we were together then.
Yeah, me and you were together.
Okay, I didn't do it alone. They don't let me in. They got a chip in me. They won't let me close to that place.
So what is, if you had to name one group out of all the the Doobie Brothers, Aerosmith, Lynyrd Skynyrd?
I think it's these guys. I asked
Eagles?
them. It's got to be the Eagles. I asked them about it. Yeah, they said Tom Petty, Eagles. I said what? I had Queen popped up because I was going to. He goes, yeah, sometimes. No, it's the Eagles. It's got to be the Eagles. Well, that's great. Listen, I'd like to hear some of your stuff.
Did you guys? Are you watching all these movies, kind of these documentaries or biopics or whatever, like on Queen and Bohemian Rhapsody, and then the Elton John? Are you guys catching those as well?
We are, especially with a lot of the bands that wrote and recorded the music that we play. It helps us to understand some of the backstories of these songs, the stories of how they were written, and it just makes it that much more fun and educational when we get up on stage to play them.
We're visiting with Jack and Sam Bennett of Bad Habit. They're playing at Jimmy Dole's on Friday night. So here's a weird deal. That's a great song right there. Sweet by Aerosmith.
Sweet what?
Sweet Inspiration?
No, come on. It ends with that.
Close.
Sweet.
Sweet inspiration.
Sweet Inspiration. He's got Aerosmith and Elvis's backup band.
Dude, it's a Sweet Inspiration.
Sweet Inspiration.
Emotion. Sweet Emotion.
Sweet
So
Emotion.
here's
Very
the
good.
deal. So this is
Google
what
it.
I want to. This is what I hear. So you guys are in your, between 18 and 21. You're playing rock music. So how does the deal work out with the girls? Do the girls your age, they go like, you're not playing Justin Bieber stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they like, or you got 40-year-old women coming up? And
You got 40-year-old women coming up. He'd like to know if they're single moms.
Oh yeah.
So
that's,
how does your girl game work out with this classic rock stuff?
I would say when it comes to the older ladies, they're certainly populating all of our venues that we play at for sure. They
look at you.
enjoy all the
Yeah.
music that we play, and we love entertaining that. But yeah, decent amount of ladies our age as well. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, they're up there, they're jamming, they're bumping their daughters out of the way, getting on up there and screaming.
That's what we all get into it for anyway.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, you get into
Jack-
it to see women dance.
Jack, you're the lead vocal. So how would you compare? Who would you compare your vocals to? Is there a front guy that sort of you think you sound like or similar to?
I think Tom Petty, honestly, is the closest one I can get to, just because of the accent, the deep voice, and the ease that comes with it. I mean, I think it's one of those things that seems pretty simple, even though it's not. And if it's an art that if you can pull off, it's really special to the people that hold Tom Petty very close to their heart.
I think you're pretty good at channeling a lot of different vocalists.
I've got a
We got to hear some
Tom
of it,
Petty
don't we?
trivia. We don't have any of their music, do we?
We don't have any of their music. Ken.
we're
You know what?
basically- we
Get,
can
it,
just lie and
get
say-
your phone, go karaoke, and sing a song, boys.
So let me ask you this, Jack. Do you know if so? You obviously you follow Tom Petty.
Yes.
What college football team plays a Tom Petty song? I believe it's every third quarter of their game. You have any idea?
Florida.
Florida is correct. So again, somebody help you with that. That's okay. Yeah, Tom Petty. That's okay.
Why can't you just accept that they knew?
Because it sounded like that.
What song
Tom
did they
Petty
play?
was.
I won't
Tom
back
Petty,
down.
I won't back down, and they did it because he was a graduate, I think, or either he was from Gainesville.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from there, yeah, and so they started that as a tradition, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why but everybody sings it. Everybody sings it.
Oh, yeah.
So what?
Now, you
what's
guys by
what's-
yourself, I'm sorry, Badge. It's just you two.
Go
You
ahead.
got a drummer, you got some other stuff. What instruments do you play?
I'm the drummer.
Okay, very good, very good.
I'm the lead guitarist and the lead vocalist, and we've got two other guys, one on bass and vocals, and the other on guitar.
You want to give them a shout
Yeah,
out? They
it's
might be
Luke-
listening.
yeah,
Say their name.
Yeah,
Luke
we got-
Garrison. Yeah, come on, Luke and Caleb, give them a shout out.
Yeah,
Come
we
on,
got
man.
we got Caleb Hatley on the bass and
What
vocals.
is he, 12? I don't know. I don't know. How old is he?
He is 19.
Okay, all right. His voice has changed. Who's the other one?
And then we got Luke Garrison on guitars and keyboards coming up here pretty soon, and he is 18.
All right, very good. You guys,
Do
you're
you-
barely old enough to join the military. Here you are rocking and rolling, man. It's pretty awesome.
Do you guys hate the dislike rather the boy band deal? Do people look at you? Oh, even though you're right when they first look at you, or I'm looking at your picture. You guys are pretty scruffed up, long hair, I mean, it's
Long
pretty-
hair. They can't put their
it's pretty-
headphones on because they have such a mat of hair, and I'm wearing a damn ball cap. It's okay, but I'm not bitter.
It's pretty clear you're not a boy band kind of deal. So when you roll in, people know, even though you're young, they go, hey, these guys are, do they think you're going to be grunge when they first see you, or do you think you're some other kind of style, or are they surprised when you go, oh, okay, classic rock for guys in their, early 20s?
Yeah.
Now, that's one of the things we strive for with every gig is the authenticity, both with like the gear we use to play these songs and the outfits we wear to these shows. If you're going to play the part, you've got to look the part, and that's something that we take very seriously. So if we're going up and playing Stickies on a Friday night, we're going to be decked out in our dark jeans and jackets and button downs,
That's right.
and
That's right.
we try to give people the performance that they would go see in arena, or at least as close to as we can for a $10 ticket on a Friday night.
Yeah, I don't see you covering One Direction.
No.
No.
Well,
No.
and speaking of, Roger, that's a good point. So how much of your music at, say, at Jimmy Dole's Friday night will be cover versus original?
We have experimented with writing originals before, and it's something that we will throw in our shows every now and then, just depending on the venue and where it'll fit.
Yep.
Sometimes
Smart.
we get requests, but most of our songs are just pretty solid covers.
Listen, it's a smart move. You can throw you got to do. It's got to be a 1 to 9 ratio to do your own stuff. You got to give them the other stuff because you haven't made it yet.
Right,
so I mean, this is what you're doing, so you want to do that. But if you got something's going to knock somebody's shorts off, like you don't need this from me. You got your pop here. But it's like when we do karaoke. Don't come up and do an original karaoke. Nobody wants that.
Right.
Nobody knows that. You can't do stuff like that. But rock and roll in the classics, obvious.
Tell me this. So which is your number? Give me your top 2. It's 3 if you got them. Songs that when you play them, it is the crowd gives the biggest response to of your top 2 or 3 songs. I'm sure every time you play, there's 1 or 2 that are always the big hits. What are they?
I would say definitely Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. When we play that, people go nuts. Our bass player Caleb sings "Hot Child in the City," kind of a deeper cut, and a lot of people love that, particularly the women. And a lot of Aerosmith that we play. Train Kept a Rollin'. I would say that's a big one as well. A lot of the Tom Petty we play goes over.
Tom Petty, Brick, but I guess Bazzers want to know that it's called the hashtag when the draws come off. So.
No,
That's
stop
not what you
that,
said.
Roger.
Stop that what?
I
didn't say anything. That's a hashtag. I didn't make that up.
Do you guys care about people coming on the dance floor to dance, or you don't really care about that? Or were you playing songs? Because, there's certain songs you play that people are going to dance to. Others, they just want to obviously just tap their foot or whatever.
We love people coming up and dancing. I mean, it makes it so much more fun for us on stage when we can see people getting into it. I mean, it's great seeing people sit in their seats and clap and sing along every word to every song that we're playing. But, when we pull out some Wild Cherry and the dance floor fills up, that's one of the best things that somebody in our position could ask for.
Absolutely.
A guy in his early 20s talking about Wild Cherry. Well, the website is badhabitrocks.com. So folks can follow you guys there. If they can reach out to you there to find out if they want to be able to book you for anywhere. But the biggie is this Friday night at Jimmy Doyle's. At doors open at what, 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. Shows at 9.
Okay. $10. You don't have an opening act. It's just you guys, right? You roll in and you just dominate.
Correct.
You don't have any. That's it. Just you guys rock in. There's nobody up there. Nobody up there.
Well,
you don't have a younger group up there singing or anything like that.
No.
I'm giving you guys a hard time. You're gonna go. You don't remember that jackass at the radio station? We're gonna go back and see him. Just don't wear puka shells and start doing One Direction. That's all.
It's Jack Bennett. It's Sam Bennett. Both of these guys are brothers. Then Luke Garrison and Caleb Hatley. Check them out. Bad Habit.
Where did Bad Habit come from? Where'd you get that?
Bad Habit came from we had our band formed back in 2015, and we had started rehearsing, but the one thing we were missing was a name. We were on a family vacation in San Francisco, and we were just driving down one of the streets, and we saw an establishment called the Dirty Habit.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure it was my dad who said that would make a great band name. And I can assure you it was my mother who said absolutely not.
You got that right. Mom had to stick in. You're still, listen, you're not even 21 yet. Mom's still got to do it. Dirty Habit is a great band name.
It is.
It's a great band name. And it's also a movie at Cinemax at 3 a.m. But Bad Habits also, I love the way things like that are formed when you come up to it.
Yes.
Something just hits like that,
right.
man. Well, that's outstanding.
One of the questions, too, before we let you go, with you guys being brothers, have sometimes bands, they get after each other. They disagree. They have fights. And so you've got that on top of being brothers. Have you guys ever – there's a classic scene in the Eagles documentary where they're on stage arguing and cussing each other out. And I know you guys don't do that. But have you ever come to fisticuffs, or have you ever taken each other down either off stage or somewhere, or you guys get along pretty much?
I want to play Sweet Child of Mine. No, I want to play you don't do that?
It's funny you mentioned the Eagles documentary. I know the scene you're talking about, and it's kind of funny because we quote that scene on stage.
Right.
Do you really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
as a joke.
most of the time. But usually,
it's about to start up, and Dad's about ready to say, "Don't make me pull this tour bus over."
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's pretty special. We can be each other's worst enemy as well as our greatest ally, and it's really cool. I think, especially in this industry, there's a lot of people that don't care about your best interest, and I think that's
there's some
something
great,
we certainly do. With
Eagles
each other.
got great harmony. Baz and I sing it all the time. We do a lot of it ourselves. We'll go
Seven Bridges.
Acapulco as we do. We do Seven Bridges all the time. But I tell you, there's no better harmony than kinfolk. When kinfolk would get together, if you can sing, kinfolk is the same. I go Osmonds, the Jacksons, the Gatlin brothers. Ever heard of them? Yeah. Very good. Yeah, you're looking at me like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, listen, hey, good luck Friday night. Thanks for stopping by. Keep us posted, man. And continue success with the band. Bad Habit.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Very good. Very good.
Great to see you.
All right, Baz, we'll get
All
out
right,
of here for a second is what we'll do. We'll do that. We'll come back to you down there at the SEC Media Days. It is about 10 minutes until 9 o'clock. I'm not going to give you the weather. Roger Scott and RJ Hawk in here in the studios. Thanks to Bad Habit for stopping by. We've had a good time so far. Baz, you're doing a bang-up job. Are you by yourself or is Trip Trap